uh, we will start the session. Uh, Chahan sir, is I audible to you?
Yeah. Siraj, you are audible.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So, respected speaker of today's session, G. Srinath Reddy garu, uh, convener of this FDP, Gulab Singh Chauhan garu, organizing team of this FDP, and my dear participants. A very good morning to all. I am Muhammad Sirajuddin on behalf of CSE Department, Vaageswari College of Engineering. I welcome the invited speaker of today's session, G. Srinath Reddy garu. G. Srinath Reddy sir. Let us see. Uh, Mr. G. Srinath Reddy, knowledge partner at DAY-2, is an expert in skill development and information technology solutions. With an experience of a decade in skill development activities, he is currently holding the position as a Director for Technology and Skill Development Program in Coin Consultancy Private Limited, Hyderabad. So, Srinath Reddy sir have completed his MTech from Osmania University, and sir has trained lakhs of students on various IT technologies like Android, .NET, and other engineering services. Sir had so many achievements. Let us go through some of achievements of Srinath Reddy sir. Sir was awarded as Best QCO Award from Value Labs. Sir is a BlackBerry certified developer trainer for BB10 mobiles, and Sir is also worked as advisor to Telecom Skill Sector Council of India. And Sir is also worked as a technical committee member at Telangana State Scheduled Caste Development for AOVN. So in this regard, I welcome Srinath Reddy sir. So definitely, sir will provide you a lot of knowledge with the help of this FDP. So now I would like to request the Srinath Reddy sir to start the session. Over to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for the kind of introduction. Hello, participants. As Siraj told me that I have a varied experience. So today's objective deep dive into emerging technologies, excuse me, like cloud computing, AI, ML, and data analysis. Next 4 days, I'll be introducing you various tools and also various algorithms in machine learning, and I will also show you how to develop one or two use cases from the scratch. I also try to host it in a real-time environment, how to host it and all, and how exactly this cloud computing works in real-time scenario. I'll come with one more case on that also. In these 4 days, mostly my session will be practical oriented than theoretical basis. So people who are having laptops and also good internet connectivity can parallelly do with me, so to gain the maximum out of this session. And today's topic is like we are going to discuss about one of the data analysis tool provided by the Google. So before jumping into this session, I congratulate the college faculty and also principal and the management for having such a wonderful session for 5 days long, and the topic that they have selected also very apt for the present demand. And I'm sure that most of you enjoyed the yesterday's session, and we also promise today and from the next 3 days, you'll also enjoy the sessions. And as I told you, to get the maximum benefit out of it, try to work on that. And at the end of the each day session, I would love to give some assignment so that I can understand how far the participants actually are able to understand what I'm delivering. there is no meaning that when in a learning session, it should not be a one-side delivery. The other side also should participate so that you can get the maximum benefit of any technology workshop. This is a workshop kind of thing. So try to open your laptops if you have in front of you so that you can parallel do it.
Sorry
Okay.
to interrupt you, sir. Please share this screen. Your PPT is not.
Yeah, I had to share it. Yeah.
Right, sir. It is visible, sir. Please carry on.
Okay. All right. Now, most of you, I think, most of you know what is data analysis or data analysis, data analyst job role in the industry. But let me reiterate a couple of statements about that. Most of you may be aware of one fact that data analysis job in the industry is just not the showing the representation of the data. It is much more bigger than that. When you take any business scenario, understanding the business scenario and understanding how the complete workflow happening at the organization end, and also what kind of roles and responsibilities generates the data, what are the points which are the reasons for the data um, uh, data generation, and what kind of data it is generating, whether it is structured data or unstructured data, and how important is each and every piece of the data for to take the visualizations. These are the important points for the data analyst day-to-day job. I was reading one of the articles a couple of days back. Lot of data analyst jobs are there, but there are only few people who actually understand the role of data analyst in the market, because of which they are not able to come to the expectations. The majority of the people are missing to understand the business scenario before analyzing the data. So once you analyze the data, then only you can actually perform few data transformations. I think most of you know the EL, ETL, and ELT models. Okay, the different various of transforming the data. So once you receive the data from different aspects, then you need to clean it and transforming it in a way much more sensible way, and generate the proper reports so that your higher management or the immediate managers can take the right decisions. For example, this is also applied to your day-to-day work also, be it attendance, be it your marks list, be it your any other data which is coming up from the different parts. For example, if you take account section of your college, okay, a lot of transactions happens over there, and that data is in the form of Excel sheets. So if you can actually bring out wonderful reports out of it, okay. The Excel as it is has limited features to show the visualizations, but the tools, data analysis tools, have much more capabilities, which actually makes more sense and more can extract more meaning out of the data. And today's session, we are focusing on one thing, that we're assuming the data is already clean. But because this part we limited time, because of the limited time period, I'm not going to show you the data cleaning techniques using Python or NumPy or Pandas. I'm not going to show all those things at this point of time. I'm assuming that the data which is coming in is already in a very proper format. Then later part is how to analyze the data using latest technologies or latest tools like Google Data Studio. Apart from this Google Data Studio, there are so many tools available in the market, but this is the one simplest one, and also to start with, and also the open source one. You don't need to pay anything for this. You just need to have a Gmail account so that you can start logging in and then start working on these tools. Though it is open source, it is evolving every day, and new features have been added day to day. So as I told you, every data analyst for sure should understand the business domain first. You need to focus more, and also you need to spend much time on that. Otherwise, you cannot get the proper sense out of the data which is being generating across different departments of the business. Then all, yeah. So I think I have covered this slide. Yeah. So various stages. If you talk about various stages, first you need to define why you need the data analysis part. Not every business needs data analysis tools. One, because you have tools, because you know technology, it doesn't make any sense that you need to apply every data analysis tools everywhere. Okay, you need to first of all need to conclude whether you need to apply data analysis tools or not, or data analysis need to be done or not. You have to take a decision. Then start collecting the data from the different sources. In the organization, the data may come from different parts, as I told you, different departments and all. So you need to have a strategy to collect the data so that your tool can analyze properly and clean the data thoroughly and make it in a uniform way. Then start your analyzing the data and then interpret the results and apply them in the day-to-day business decisions. Coming to various tools, I think most of you probably might have worked one or two tools in this. Tableau, no doubt, it's a wonderful tool and leader in the market for the analysis part of it. And there are tools like languages like R, Python is there, Apache Spark, RapidMiner, Nime, and Google Studio. There are so many other tools are there. Out of which today we are focusing on one tool called Google Data Studio. And today we are going to talk about, we are going to see different parts and tools which are provided in the Data Studio, which anyways we are going to start with. And this is very important screen. Data Studio has lot of inbuilt connectors. That means you can pull the data right from an Excel sheet to right from your Facebook campaigns, and also from YouTube campaigns or YouTube channels, and MySQL, BigQuery on data like BigQuery data warehouse. So you can actually pull the data from any of these connectors. Of course, much more are there from into the Data Studio, so that you can start analyzing it, which I'll show you one by one. Don't worry. Okay, these are the different functionalities or different features available there. Anyways, we are going to work. While working, we'll understand one by one. So these are the different services. If you say these are the data generation or data repositories, we can say. And Studio has connectors inbuilt. So it's like you can imagine like it's a SQL connector. So that you can connect to your database from an application by giving a connection string and then access the data. You can imagine these are the different connectors. And once you connect the data, you can show different kind of reports. For example, based on the last year markets, last year sales report, what kind of changes I need to do in the next year marketing analysis, or based on what kind of based on the customer feedback last year. So what kind of changes I need to do in the service pipeline. So these kind of things you can be easily detected from this kind of data analysis tools. See, if you have an Excel sheet of 100 rows, analyzing the data is very much easy. Where you have a very big data set which has close to 10 GB of data in each table. Okay, then think about analysis part of it. That's where these kind of tools are very much useful for you. And a few simple tools are there. You should not merge any cells in the while working with the Data Studio. So keep each data record in single row. All these things comes in your data cleaning part. um, based on the raw data what you get, and then apply the cleaning techniques, and then make sure that you structure the data in this way. So let's go back to the tool once. I have already built a couple of features in by utilizing few data sources which are already available. For the time being, to show the demonstration, I have taken open source data sets, and also I have taken one or two Excel sheets as the source, and also BigQuery data set as one of the source, like that, so that I can show you the variety of things to you. If you see, Siraj, is everything is fine?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Yeah. Now, if you see the studio interface, this is the first look of your studio, where you have a file menu and all. You can explore all these things by yourself. Um, one thing I can assure after this session is, once you understand all these features properly, then if you have any data of your project, or if you or day-to-day your work data, or anything, any format of data, then you can easily populate the data in Data Studio and see exactly what kind of how the data is arranged, and what kind of sense actually you can make out of the data. All these things, or you can take quick decisions based on the data. It can be done. It can be done very easily. Here, the data set which I have taken, this one populating, is Data Studio of the world population. I think world population data. Let me go back and see that. Now, let it pick the speed. I'm trying to show you the how the welcome screen looks like. Once you say datastudio.google.com, what is the first picture that you can actually see, and from there, how can you enter into this one? I'm trying to show you that. Excuse me. Yeah, this is the first look of the studio, where you have by default you may not be having any list over here, as I've been working on different reports. Couple of them already displayed here. But for you, if you start afresh, to start with this, you don't need anything. You just need a Google Gmail account. That's it. Once you have Gmail account, then type datastudio.google.com in a next tab in the browser. it will ask you the credentials of Gmail, then just tag them so that you can see this home screen of the studio. These are the different templates which they've already given by default for you to work with. I will show you one or two of them. So templates, template gallery, and these are different sources which I have been using. Okay, you can explore means like different characters and all will be here. Yeah. Now, also let me explain you different data sets that we are going to use for this session. I have used a couple of Excel sheets I have downloaded from the open source. I think most of you know data.gov.in, which is a website, data website promoted by Government of India under Digital India Initiative. You have a lot of data sets in that. You can actually get one or two data sets which you want from there. Yeah, this is one of the data source which is downloaded from worldpop.org, where you have city and city ASCII code and latitude longitude in the country, and ISO 2 format of the city name, ISO 3 format of city name, and admin credential, admin name, and then capital primary or like admin and population. So some and a unique ID. Here, if you go see data studio here, yeah. Okay. Let me show you these controls first. Once you open the any report of the studio, then you'll have an option called edit over there. it was in the view format. Now it is in the edit. How to get this kind of control? I'm trying to show the entire population in this way. Look at this: data studio and world cities.xls. So here the source is same: data studio world cities.xls as a source first. How to add this one? How to start with this? Click on this, add new page. By default, the page will be empty and it will be like this. I have selected a dark theme. You can also select different themes over here. So this is the step one. Start the page. I have 4 pages because I wanted to show you different data sources. That's the reason I've taken 3 different pages. 4th one, I'm trying to demonstrate from the empty one. Now I have selected a plain theme. Now I want to keep my data the same as Data Studio World Cities. So for that, I want to show the population on the geo map. Click on the insert, click on the geo map. Try to follow carefully from here. By default, if you see the right hand panel, you have charts. I have selected geo map and data. This is the important panel where you need to add your schema elements. Look at this: admin name, capital, city, all these are the schema names. How this got added by default? I need to click on this. By default, you won't be seeing this, but to load that, you need to click on the pencil mark, or you can click on add data. Add data. Yeah. Then, as I told you, there are so many connectors. Look at these connectors: Google Sheets, Google Analytics, Google Ads, and also your SQL and the BigQuery. Cloud Spanner. Cloud Spanner is a horizontally expandable cloud RDBS and extract cloud storages. So you have so many characters. Apart from that, you have lot of characters from different partners for different purposes. You can explore a couple of them when you are free. And I'm using a Google Sheets as a connector because my sheet is there in Google Drive. Now I need to populate this data in my studio report. So click on this. When you click on this, you can actually see different options over there from your Google Drive, owned by you or shared with you or starred, and then also URL. Now I'll go back to my drive. Click on share. I'm trying to load this Excel sheet into Studio and get the copy of the link. Go back to your report and then click on the URL part of it, or else you can also choose one from here. As I don't have exact path of that, I'm just doing this part. So from there you can do this. So once you do this, you can actually you'll be getting this add sheet, which I have already added that one. So like that, this sheet will be coming over here. And now, once the sheet is added, all these are your attributes in the your Excel sheet schema. Now, once you have this, to have this kind of same geo map, I'm trying to show you that. See this. Here, if you observe carefully, geo dimension I have given as country, and then the population part of it. I have added the population part. If you do the same thing over in the sheet number 4 or report number 4, go back here and then geo dimension. I'm just dragging the country over here. Country, and then here I don't want record count. I need population as a metric. The dimension is nothing but the text field, country or city or city as something like that. Metric should be a number. So here I'm taking population. Now by default you got this. If you don't run this once, you can see when you mouse over on the country, it gives you population as per the sheet. This is not the real population, as well as whatever is there in the sheet, it is actually coming up and showing you. So this is the control called geomap. And if you want to play with this color combination and all, then go to style property of the same control, and you can add the different shades for based on the metric number. That means the population is very high. I'm showing the blue color, and if I want to show the different colors for the lesser numbers, then click on this style and you can actually pick up some other color. Minimum value, then pick up some other color. You don't want to show the legend part of it, you can remove that. If you want to don't want to show the any, you can actually decide that part. And so these are the different color combinations and all, you can actually try it. So this is the basic geo map which was generated from the data source. Similarly, the other control called Google Maps. Google Map. For this, yeah, by default, it is taking country as a bubble, and you can actually have a tooltip of the country name. Bubble color, you can actually add again country, and the metric as population. So even if you see this one, you can see that bubble once you mouse on the bubble down. And if you don't want to see the all the coordinates, then you can actually go back to your geo map, and then zoom area. You can select which part. Either if you go to Africa alone or Asia, only Asia. So only that part of the overall map will be shown. So these are the two different controls which works on the geolocations. Hope you got it, and we will go to the next uh, uh, next same presentation, which is page number 2. Here, what I'm trying to do is I'm taking a cloud managed Google cloud managed software called BigQuery, which is a data warehouse, and from there I have Google BigQuery. BigQuery is a platform where you have a lot of public data sets also. Out of those public data sets, I am taking one public data set called again world population data set. From there, I'm populating the data over here using the BigQuery connector. We have seen the first example, the Google Sheet with this one. And now we are going to see another connector called BigQuery, which is a cloud managed data warehouse from Google Cloud. And we are trying to populate the data over here. For that, how to connect again? How to connect that again? So add data. You'll get a lot of connectors over here. Go to BigQuery. Here, these are the different projects which I have created in my Google Cloud. Out of these projects, I will select one project. Let's say I'm trying to, these days I'm trying to create a one chatbot using Dialogflow for an internal project that actually sets the appointment by taking the instructions from the user. Like, okay, Google, I'm also trying to integrate that with the Google Assistant in the mobile. So without, once I deploy that, whether you have the app or not, once you press the home button and hold for 0.5 seconds, which is the default one in your mobile, then you can start talking to, okay, Google, talk to an application called Wall Street like this. So you can do that. But for the demo purpose, I'm using public data sets. I'm going to show you, don't worry, how the user interface of BigQuery looks like. And select a project. Then you can see all the public data sets which are freely available in BigQuery, which is a data set, data warehouse over there. Now here, if I search for old population, old education, health wise, you have so many data sets. I've taken old pop. From there, I have selected this table. Okay, so then add. Once you click on add, that you can see here, population underscore grid for every 1 kilometer. The same thing you can observe over there. Now, go to a new browser. There, I'm trying to show you how BigQuery looks like. console.cloud.google.com. If on third day, I'm going to show you one case completely on uh, Google Cloud. So meanwhile, if you can actually create a Google Cloud platform registration finish, then it will be wonderful. It asks you the credit card details, but it will not be charged because by default they are giving $300 as a welcome bonus for every registration. So you don't need to worry about the charges. For 1 year, you won't be charged unless until you finish your $300. Finishing $300 over Google platform is like you have to do a lot of operations, or you have to have a server deployed over there. It takes a lot of time. So it is very cheap, so you don't need to worry about that. After your sessions, actually you can you can actually deactivate that account. Now I can see all my product services provided by Google over here for my account. This is a free account. You can see this. If I click on this, I still have 18,000 rupees in my account for next 80 days remaining because I've been using it from a long time. So once this is over, again I create a free way. That's it. Because to do all the experimentation, I can use this. You have pretty number of all the production services available. Close to 60 plus tools are there. If you can recall the yesterday's discussion, yesterday's presentation by Gyani sir, probably you might have heard that there are so many, you don't need to write the single line of code also to do some kind of to derive some predictions using in artificial intelligence. There are tools over there called AutoML, which is also available in Google Cloud. So I'll try to show you one demo without single line of code. How can you deploy a machine learning model? And the same thing with the code. How many lines of code you need to write to build a model? So I'll try to show you both. Here I'm just BigQuery. This black one is my cloud. Google gives you 5 GB of persistent data. So what are the temporary works that you want to do? You can do this using this shell. So this is a little slow today. Usually this never happens. Yeah, this is the first look of your decorated house. It is fully managed one. So it is a serverless software. So by doing this, I'll not be charged much. But if I run the queries with the bigger volumes, then I'll be charged. Of course, anyways, I have 18,000 rupees in my account, so that will be deducted from there. If you see, these are the different warehouses which dataset have already. Here, I'm using a public data set. I'll show you that. This is a old pop data set. From here, I have a table. One good thing is create a machine learning in BigQuery also using BQML language. BigQuery. If you are familiar with SQL queries, then you have the data in the data set, and based on the data set, you can actually choose your training and test data, and you also can choose the different algorithms, either it from linear or logistics or whatever the algorithm you whatever the problem statement it is, and apply those algorithms on your data to create a model. Time permits, I'll show you one demo also on that. So BigQuery actually makes easy for you. See, I clicked on query table, so it gave me the basic query, select query, so that you can see the this is your data set, and then yeah, this project name, data set, and table. Okay, and then just one update statement. You don't need that actually. Remove this part. One good feature is it is actually showing you how much data it got processed now with this query. Now I have actually processed with this query got processed some 858 GB of data. Okay, so now actually we are loading this table data to your studio. You can also go to studio from BigQuery also. If you see here, explore data, you can see explore with data studio. Once you understand this table properly and the columns and all, you can do different activities over there. So understanding this data and all is very important. So I'm just using this data as is. You can also go to that studio from here also, and also or else which already worked. So let me show you this. More time than expected. Now here, if you see, I have I have taken a table chart. Look at this chart type table. You can also see instead of going to insert and all, you can also select this one. I clicked on that. Let's go. Yeah. So I have taken this chart type, and then for that chart type, dimension I have taken as country name, and metric again a population. And if you see different columns and then types, you want to see that, you can click on this edit data source. Here you can see all the columns and their types are shown by default. When you are working with the GeoMap or Google Map, I'm repeating again, the statement is very important. When you are working with GeoMap or Google Map, please make sure that your the type of the field, okay, are set to one of the types of geo parameters like country code, country name, or continent, subcontinent, region, whatever is suitable, convert that to that part. Otherwise, the data will not be populated. So for that, finished now. So the data is like this. To show that again, insert table. Just trying to show you a small one. See, by default, it gave you the country and then record count. I don't need count, so I need population. So I just want to remove the record count. So it came like this, and few styles are applied. Go to style. Grab text on the table header. If you and then go down. Table colors, if you want to have alternative color combination, all you can apply them. You have multiple options over there. Probably the easiest one. You can also see the you can remove these things if you want, and you can also show if you want. You can enable it. Otherwise, you can disable that. And the compact. So compact means it will show you the little smaller one. So by applying different combinations, you can see this. Let me show you the properties which so these are table colors which I have selected. There is an option called compact numbers. If you look at the population number over here, by select compact numbers, it will show you the short format of it. Let's say 6, 7, but here see it gave a complete number. By selecting the compact number, you can get that. And for the column 1, you can also show the bar or curve. If you want to have this kind of bars over there, you can have them. If you want to have, you can have them.
Hello, Srinath Reddy sir. Hello, Srinath Reddy sir. Is I audible to you?
Yes, you are audible.
But Srinath Reddy sir's voice is not audible, right, sir?
Srinath Reddy sir. Srinath Reddy sir. Am I audible to you?
Are you able to see my screen?
Right, sir. Now you are
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So type the same message. Yeah. Let me refresh the page. Still loading. Okay. Now, let me insert the bar chart. Here, I want states in my dimension, and then 2003 accidents ratio as a metric. Two thousand three, 2004. Just a second. Yeah, this is my data source, and then tables. Yeah. Here, let me take the data. Also 2004 for comparison. Now, let's understand this carefully. You can have this like all this thing. I will explain on this. You need to have text so that you can write the text over here. If you want to have images, you can have them. If you want to draw a background colors and all, you can have that here. So here I'm going to show comparison of two different years across all the states. If I want to add any filter for that, I can just click on the filter control. This is the filter control. Okay, and then by default, states is being selected. Let's see the power of that filter control. Go to view mode, and then view mode so that your report is active. You can actually play with that. If you want to compare the accident data of 2 years between two states, then you can select the two states so that your report the reflection will be only those two states and the 2 years which we have already selected. Okay. Now, play this. Not all states have been displayed over here. If you try to observe this clearly, then for that, to fix that, go to Style. If you click on Show Data Labels, you can see the numbers which are extracted from those 2 years from the Excel sheet, and you have ups and bars. You can increase them so that the number of states on the x-axis is increasing. Take a closer look at that. At the bottom on the x-axis, the number of states are increasing as I'm increasing the tops of the bar. So you can understand that. Or else, once you drag this, also increase that so that you can see more states over there. And you can also apply the reverse y direction or reverse x-axis. It's up to you. This kind of flexibility is there in this. And so many controls are there. You can just check it out. Now, I would like to add one more control. Let's say bar chart. State-wise. Now I want to add the overall average for all those years. But by default in my data source, the average is available over here. So for that, I need to add a field over there. For that, click on Add Field. Click on Add Field. Here, I would like to see the ratio. Let's say you want to average accidents. For that, here, stop. So the fields 2003, plus comma 2004, so on. Let's say in this case it's only 3, and then save this. By the ratio part. Save, then finish. Now you got this average. Now instead of here, you can drag the average so that you can see the average as in ratio part, and apply the styles over here. So, so these are called calculated fields. You can actually concatenate, or there are so many inbuilt functions there in this. So you can try all those inbuilt functions. If you know basics of Java much, then all the string operations or calculations which you have seen or you have applied over here by adding the field over there. So this is the overall thing. And I also told you that I'm going to show you 1 or 2 templates which are already by default available. That is, those are the templates which are developed by Studio Pin itself. So you can actually, while practicing, you can pick up one so that you can see what kind of different varieties of charts that you can actually create. Tomorrow we are going to talk about use case which is called as a sentiment classifier, where I'll be taking the data hands-on electronic goods review, where we are close to 1 lakh plus. Let me show you one ability to do that. It seems I have already clicked one. This one. Okay, let me take one. Okay. It's a by default one, which is already there. Copy the report. Working on this studio, what I strongly recommend is go to the studio already default templates and pick any one template and then select the record by sorry, element by element so that you can see what exactly they are. So this is a text which has some properties over there. So if they modify like this, you can insert an image like this, and then for this kind of report, first you need to understand the data. So also understand the data source which is available over there. So they have used search console data. So and this is a time series chart where you have date on x-axis and the number of impressions which are hits of the website on the y-axis. So also some kind of styles they've applied for this. So you can see here you have impressions and URL clicks and URL CTR as a scorecard that you can get by clicking insert, and then scorecard is there. It gives you compact numbers like this. So last 28 the hits are, so all this comes with the beautiful actually. So you can explore one by one. So it's all what kind of data source you have. So we have all seen this bug in our similar thing they have also used. If you want to add more tables on this, more pages on this, click on this new page and then start off. This is one data source which they have already by default. And then I will show you the last one. Again, this is world population. This is much more colorful one. Let's see. Here, the representation is say represent. Hopefully, I think they have used the data of old population and how many internet users are there and how many mobile data users are there. Let's explore this. And the data source is old population data 2020. 2013, sorry. It is also very simple chart. Only thing is, in my demo, I did not use the background colors and the blah 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 all those things. Here, what I have done is, we have taken one text strip and then one image here inserted over here, and nice coloring and all here used. And then he has used one more image over here, and then one more text. Again, this he has repeated the same thing. You can actually select a couple of elements as this, and then copy them and paste them like what you do in your PPT. It's in the format. And if you see this kind of globe kind of circle, this actually is nothing but this one circle. He uses circle and then applied the color. On top of that, he has inserted this geo map, and for one world one color, and then internet users another color, and subscriptions another color on a black themed report. So that's the reason it is looking quite good actually. And then it's the same Excel sheet columns like year versus the number, and again year versus number. This time he has taken the percentage as axis. Again, he has three tables with the same country wise and mobile subscription percentage. For this percentage, yeah, anyways, by default he has a column in terms of percentage itself. So there is no need for the calculated fields over here. If you still wanted to have the calculated fields like the percentage between the population versus internet users. So if you want to draw some other extra conclusions from this, you can actually add those calculated fields and compare and show them on the graph like this. Okay, now for the practice purpose, I'm trying to give you 1-2 URLs so that you can actually download your data from there. One data source that you can actually try is BigQuery, which has a lot of open data sets, or you can also download from, as I was telling you, data.gov.in, where you can also encourage your students to download the different data sets templates which are open source, open data from Government of India. You can download them. Recently, they have hosted one data visualization campaign also on COVID. They gave the data and they asked the different kind of graph visualizations from that. Okay, you can, once you log in into this, you can actually register, download the data from there, and you can play with this. So if you want to see anything like education, and then search, you will have multiple categories. See, you have resources available there. These are the different sources you can see. Current enrollment across different education levels, higher education. Once you click on this, it is over there, and then you can download that in the Excel format. So you need to have the registration also for that. Non-commercial, let's say academic purpose, you can give your username, passwords. Then you can download that and upload them into your data Google Drive. From there, use the Gmail Google Drive connector, which is Sheets connector, and put the data into Data Studio and try to play with the different data. Yeah. So with that, my demonstration, Sriraj, you want me to give the assignment so that they can come back?
Yes, 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 yes. We need to have some time for QA session, right, sir? So,
Yeah.
so it's already very near to 3. We will have a QA session for 10 minutes. If anybody want to ask the question to the speaker, please raise your hand. I will unmute you so that you can ask question directly to the speaker. Meanwhile, attendance link for today's session will be posted in chat box. Please click the link and mark your attendance. Yes, if anybody want to ask the question, raise your hand. You can also use the option of chat box. You can type the question in chat box. We will try to answer it. Attendance link is available. Please click and fill it. Sir, hello, Manoranjana.
Hello.
Do you have any query? If you have any query, please ask the speaker. Manoranjana Yadav.
You can also type in the chat box if you're not able to speak.
I think, sir, she is typing. Yes, anybody else? If you have any queries, please raise the hand. I will unmute you so that you can ask the question to the sir directly. Yes, Manoranjana Yadav, please, if you have any query, ask to the sir. So I think, sir, she is having connectivity problem.
Anyone?
So nobody raising hand. I think
She has network problem. Sir, send me the feedback link once again.
Apurva Singh, she is having out.
Yeah, other than data.gov.in, as I told you, you have data sets available in BigQuery, and also you can browse the open data sources from Amazon also. There are so many data sets are available. And if you can also go to worldbank.org. World Bank also have a lot of open data sets available. You can download from there. And if you want the education perspective, which is there with the kids education area, then you can go to UNICEF datasets. There are so many datasets available. So whichever area you would like to explore data in, you can do it. What I advise is sincerely, if you go back to your college data once and extract them from different sources and see how actually you can make sense. But because that is the area where your day in day out actually starts and ends there. So you know the complete perspective of the data over there. So first try over there and then see different visualizations and try to make some meaning out of the data. So then you can also try with the different areas of your interest.
Yes, sir. Another doubt is there. Dear sir, can we analyze our own WhatsApp data which is not in Excel format? It's a question from Ajay.
Yeah, you can do that, but one thing is, end of the day, to analyze the data, you need to put that in some format. So, in which format you are trying to download? Maybe probably you can, if it's not Excel, then you can actually you try downloading that into a CSV format, and then this Studio also supports the CSV format.
And somebody asking about a recording of the session. Yes, it is informed to all the participants. Every session's recording will be uploaded to our channel, YouTube channel, that is Vaageswari College of Engineering. Just go to the YouTube, search Vaageswari College of Engineering. All the session recordings are available in that channel. Please subscribe it and you can watch the session whatever you want. Already yesterday's session was uploaded. You can check it once, and today's session will be uploaded by today evening. So if anybody having doubt, you can ask the doubt. So I think nobody is having doubts, sir.
So most of the people are talking about the audio problem.
Yeah.
Today I could see. Is that audio slow or disconnecting? What was the problem, Scratch?
It's just breaking, sir. Breaks somewhat. Maybe connectivity problem.
My
Your
side,
internet.
connectivity is good. I don't know.
Your internet speed might be a little bit slow, sir.
No, I'm using the good bits only.
Okay, we will talk about that, sir. Is anybody else having doubt? Please raise the hand. Otherwise, we will close the session. So, thank you very much, sir. Srinath Reddy, sir. You have given a very good practical approach to analyze the data. We might know about theoretical knowledge, but the thing what we have learned today is extremely new. We got very good practical knowledge, sir. Thank you very much. We will meet again tomorrow's session, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you very much, Raj.